Hey there, Dark Star here. Today we're going through all the premium package helicopters and planes. Starting with the H225 Airbus helicopter. It's quite a fancy helicopter. I have not had great luck flying it, but I did learn a few things about it. It has some interesting features. So let's give it a shot. So let's first see what happens if we curious what happens if we send that to avionics. Do we get a actual map anywhere? I wonder if we can enter things here. I haven't done this. Pgum. I hate those pop-ups. Runway is 06 left. Why don't we just enter it? Okay. Execute. Departure arrival. We're really just arriving, so we'll say arrive. I don't see anything on here. Can do weather, nav, maybe that'll bring something up. ANAV, GPS, ILS01. I think that's what we want, right? Suppose we do that on here, radio. Uh, 110.3. I don't know what these should really be. That's interesting. Okay. Let's hope that doesn't mess with us. Okay, we did get the ILS up here, that's good. So we should have a glide path marker. So one thing this helicopter can do is hover. Not perfectly hover, but we'll take a look at it here. So if we go here, we can go into hover mode there. So now we can see what our hover drift is. So like I want to pitch back. That's gonna, if you were hovering, you'd want to center that ring, right? To the extent that you're drifting, that ring will show where you're drifting. And it kind of has auto trim built in. Yeah, it's kind of weird sometimes, but like if you do like that and then let go of the stick, it'll kind of stabilize itself and hang out there. I think it's supposed to have automatic hovering. Okay, we're just about on the glide path there. So on the end of the runway there are two smoke flares that I put out from the camp out add-on. They're kind of persistent, so you can place things in the world and log out and come back in and they're there. So that's what I did. Way missing our mark there, but like I said, I'm not very good at this helicopter. It's kind of weird. Which seems to be the Airbus philosophy, is give the device a mind of its own. Is there supposedly some way to roll forward without taking off? Yeah, we seem to be rolling there. Yeah, I think if you wanted a helicopter that can kind of help you fly it, this is probably a good one. And this would suggest to me that it has some autopiloting capabilities, like it has a heading, indicated airspeed, altitude mode, but I've not been able to get any of these to work. So I think it's only partially implemented. There's one of those funky checkerboard planes. yeah, you can kind of taxi around. It's just rolling on the wheels. And then I think back here there's like a wheel lock. Nose wheel free, nose wheel lock. So now in theory... yeah, right. Okay. So I don't know that that works. It's a lot like an airliner, like all the controls. You got auto trim and trim feel here. I don't know that these do anything, but you can turn them on or off, and this goes into rail mode. And there's autopilot on, off. Is that right now? I think it just trims. I don't think it really has an autopilot, but I don't know. I need to do a little more messing around with it. Seems quite fancy though. Yeah, so these going to be nav markers, ILS1, FMS. So your bearing 1 and bearing 2. I'd be curious to learn. This is the passenger model. It comes in a couple of different models. Anyway, that's the H225. Let's bring up our... okay. Next one is the... it's King Air C90. And this one seems to be better implemented than the 350i. So I just do a circuit in this one.
Ganya Tower. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 5. 6 ready at runway 6 left. East departure.
So it's got that kind of FMS style computer. Very similar to other ones.
System test. Okay.
Let's see if we can... what happens if we send to avionics? Well, we got something in there, not like a full flight plan, I think. Let's see, can we execute? Yeah, there we go. Oh.
TAWS system test. Okay.
Okay, that's there. Yeah, it looks like it got it in here. Put those all the way up. Let's test our reverse thrust. Nope, goes full throttle. Other reverse thrust. That works. Okay, gear, of course, lights. All the usual stuff. Looks like we got fuel over here. Comm volumes, okay. Probably nothing on here because it doesn't do the visual take off or approach. But it'd probably fly the ILS for us, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I want to or not, but we'll see once we get up there. Alright, parking brake off. Rotate speed is in this. Say somewhere around here. I'm guessing this is twin turbo. Judging by the fact that we're already going 170 knots.
Don't sink. 300.
Let's go ahead and get the flaps all the way up. Oh, no. I hit the wrong button. Flaps up, please, not down. I don't know, let's try and catch the ILS short. I don't know what it'll do if we do that. May not activate approach or something. Some pretty good prop sounds. So, can we just activate approach mode? What's gonna happen? We don't have autopilot on, so it's not gonna fly it, but it did put the marker up there, so we have a glide path. We're now below the glide path. Yeah, we didn't get a real tight turn there. We're going too fast.
500.
Very high. We could do a
500. 400. 400. 300. 200. 100.
too much flare. Okay, reverse thrust. It's a little hard to control left right here. It like goes a little hard to the right and then a little hard to the left. Could be me, but it wants to kind of keep going the way that it's going there. Yeah, we didn't even need to use the brakes to slow way down there. Definitely has that turboprop I want to taxi at 90 knots thing that Microsoft seems to do for some reason. And also, I don't think there's any way to like really feather. Yeah, instant reverse. So that's minimum. For some reason, that's my minimum throttle right there. I guess that's right. And then if I say reverse thrust, it goes all the way down to there for some reason. That should be ground fine, right? So it seems like it should be beta, not reverse. We're definitely well into reverse thrust. So I'm hoping one of these days they'll take a look at that. All right, next up are the some of the really big ones. The 747 Global Super Tanker. Firefighting. So I think I might come over here. And aha. Okay, we don't need nearly this much fuel, so let's defuel some and seats. That's okay, right? I think maybe let's well, there's 3 big airports on this tiny little island.
Anderson Tower. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 5. 6 ready at runway 24 right. Departure to the west.
Drop enable. Okay, we have no throttles working. There we go. Okay. Parking brake off.
Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56. Continue for west departure.
The trim is like insanely fast. That was the problem with that.
Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56. Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Oh my god, I wish they would just shut up.
Anderson Tower, Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56, frequency change.
They need to work on the trim on this. The trim just goes insanely fast. I don't even know where the trim is on it. It's normally like here, right? Oh, it's a rocker, I guess. So I should use my trim wheel instead of that one. Let's see if we can hit the mark on our water drop. Oh, and you see these two right here? Those are items you have placed in the world. I'm hoping the red button here will
don't sink, 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 don't sink.
Where are our flares?
Don't sink, 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 don't sink.
I don't see the flares.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
Let's go, water drop.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
Nope.
Don't sink, 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 don't
There it goes.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink.
How much water we have to? Okay, 6,000 gallons to go. I guess at 6,000 gallons, you're just about out.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't
3,000 gallons to go. All right, well. I think we'll just come in from this side. You just need to scooch to the left a little. Okay, we got 25 degrees of flaps. I think one more to go. I don't even know if auto throttle is on. I would guess not. Just as well. Okay, let's go full flaps. On the visual approach, which I admittedly am not very good at in these giant airliners. Alright, 3 greens on the gear. I think our approach speed's probably pretty good. I don't know where auto brakes are. I think that should be armed, I hope. I feel like we're probably a little high.
Sink rate 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Well, I've done worse. this hill. I want us to park there? Seriously? Because this is quad engine, I don't have it split. I have inboard and outboard, so I can do that, but I can't use the engines to kind of help me turn. So let's see if we can wing it in here. I have no idea. I can't see anything. Oh, we're still a pretty long ways. Yeah, flies pretty good. I do think these 747s aren't quite as good as some of the other planes in various ways. Like some of the implementation of the FMC and all of that. But I have no wings. Alright, and then the next one is the same plane, except for the in the large cargo variety. Oof. Which is the Dreamlifter. I wish we didn't have so many big planes in here. A lot of these to get to, and then we get into some fun planes that I really like to fly.
Anderson Tower. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 5. 6 ready at runway 24 right. Departure to the west.
Okay, flaps are already down. Yada yada yada. Basically the same FMC. Sometimes I like to wander around on these and see what you can open and click. Okay, that's just going to take us out. I know I think the Airbus one you can open it up. I don't know if this one has that. Does it have a way to like open up the cargo door? Open the cargo bay doors, Hal. There's our auto brakes. They were probably down here than the other one too. I was looking up here. It seems like it should have its own tablet, but doesn't. So let's see, we are on, we should have an ILS, right? See if we can hit the ILS here. For 24 right. 24 right is going to be 109.3. And probably can send to avionics and execute and go to departures, arrivals, arrive, ILS Zulu 24 right. Okay, so let's look at our chart. 24 right, ILS Zulu. Course is 244. .3. I think DME is on 111.7. Yeah, 3,000 feet. So let's just climb to 3,000. See if we can get out over the ocean. So we're gonna take off, turn left, U-turn, head back out over the ocean, and try to pick up the ILS back in. It's maybe... Oh, wait, what? Huh. We might be broken. I can't pop these out. Oh well.
Echo Delta Tree 56. Continue for west departure.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56. Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Uh-oh. I can't see what this thing is. There we go.
Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56. Did you copy?
I don't want to talk to you.
Anderson Tower, Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56, frequency change.
I think I'm going to put some flaps out because we're very close to bare minimum speed. And I don't want to have to speed up and then slow down. faster, but let me zoom out a little. You know what, maybe we should go faster for a minute. Let's look at our legs. So we'll come out here, turn to fob ed, and then activate nav mode, and then work on our approach. So we need to get our courses in, I do believe. Maybe not. Maybe you don't enter them on this one. I think it picks it up from the nav data. We'll assume that it knows we're doing 244. Brake should be armed, not deployed. Is that armed? Yeah, okay. Okay, then I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and sim rate forward a little bit. This plane does not handle sim rate very well. We'll just go 2 notches up. That'll get us there quick enough. LNAV activated. Okay, we're going to want to arm approach mode as we get close to here. I think I'll go ahead and go VNAV as well and see what it does with the speeds automatically. No, let's keep going fast for now. But we'll do that as soon as we approach it. I don't know why the panels aren't popping out. I don't know if this plane is bugged. Speed things up a little here. All right, now I'll go VNAV. Approach. Approach. Okay, maybe we'll let it get turned on here. Why is approach mode not activating? Let's go down to 2200. Oops. Ah, no, off. Ah, okay, we got localizer at least. Why are we not stopping at 220? Maybe it's just, okay, yeah, it's going back up now. There we go. Glide slope marker up here. Coming in at 22. We do not have the gear down yet, and we're at 5 degrees flaps. So we'll work on getting that out. Oh, speed brakes are armed. We'll go ahead and brakes. Let's try auto brakes 3. All 3 autopilots are on. Okay, this is a fixed range, I guess. No, it says it's changing it. Okay, I see the airport now. We got the glide slope on here. Flaps out, gear down. Flight attendants prepare for arrival. Okay, that'll be full flaps. And we'll probably hit those trees just for fun. Bonus wheels here. 4 sets in the back. Okay, roll out and flare our arm. We're gonna let it auto land.
200. 100. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, spoilers down, flaps up. Landed pretty hard. I think they need to work on their auto land logic. But it got us down. It's not the worst landing in the world. From my understanding, that would not merit a note to the mechanic or anything. But probably wouldn't want to come down quite that hard if you could avoid it. Okay, another very large plane, the 787-10 Dreamliner. Which I think only comes in passenger. And it doesn't seem to have any other options. You do have some different liveries. Not very many. This one I've flown a little more than some of the others. I don't fly the super tanker or the large cargo one at all, really. I don't think that's my first time to fly them, but
Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree
definitely don't
56.
do it very often.
Ready for departure to the west at runway 24 right.
Did you hear my last transmission?
Hold short runway 24 right. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56.
So all glass cockpit. So let's see if, yeah, this is working. So I can pop these out. I can pop these panels out. And you can even work on them in here. So we could say land here, and instead of 6, let's do 24 right. Direct, okay. Yeah, it didn't do it. Okay. It says our marker should be on the end of the runway there. We should be coming in from this end though. So we're going to take off hard left, try and get on this runway here. So let's send to avionics. Picked it up. You can see the execute light is on. Enable cruise alt. Okay, so we don't want to climb very much. trying to remember how to do this. Swap cast over here. This gives us a larger map, which we can also pop out here if we want. Oh, we got the vertical profile here. That's cool. I know they've been working on that. Menu, terrain. I don't think we're going to use any autopilot on this one, but I would like some flight guidance. We'll see what happens there. Okay. I think we'll just plan on leaving our flaps out. Yeah, I know we didn't do a full config. Just doing little test runs on all the planes. Verify that they work. Back on that throttle before we get going. 900 miles an hour. Okay, let us arm the approach. Let's see. Let's go a little more on the flaps. I can't remember if I picked left or right runway. I think it was the right. Okay, full flaps, gear down.
Landing here. Landing here. Landing here.
How are we going 190?
Landing here. Landing here.
Because we're diving, that's why. Okay, this is a very short runway, so I'm going to go full. Way low now, sorry. Come on. Okay, I'm at a good speed now, if it just wasn't so low. Whoa! Touchdown way earlier than I should have. brake still cranking away there. And off. There we go. Well, that was terrible. But less G-force than the Dreamliner Autoland. Somehow. You know, your vertical speed doesn't always tell the whole story either. If it's if the runway's descending, then your vertical speed's going to be higher when you touch down, but your G-force will be lower. I'm not saying that's the case here, just it is a fact. So I do like flying this plane. I think it has generally worked pretty well. I'm not a big fan of airliners, but if I had to fly one, I generally would fly this one. The 737 is not bad either because it's a smaller one. It's almost an oversized business jet. Alright, this next one's weird. The Boeing C-17A Globemaster 3. This one comes in different configurations. Yeah, so the Royal Canadian, Boeing House, factory primer. I don't know what this one does, how it might be different from the other ones. And these two are apparently different somehow. 177705 versus 177704. So let's try and do that flight again. Except we want like that.
Anderson Tower, Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56, ready for departure to the west at runway 24 right.
Ooh. Hopefully we'll get loaded in here. So it's kind of a monster plane. I think most of the circuit breakers don't work. A lot of this stuff does actually kind of at least do something. Like this is all your fuel management, electrical, hydraulics, fire and air, I'm guessing. Yeah, all that fun stuff. Annunciators here. Autopilot. Military style comm panel. FMC. Pressurization units. All that stuff. And this one does come with its own tablet. Oh yeah, you push that button. Okay. So you can open all the doors here. And I'm gonna show you something here before we do that one. Fuel, payload, link to the documentation. payload, you can have special payloads that you load. Doesn't seem to have SimBrief integration like some of them, but you can always just load it in. Well, actually that's a good question. What happens if we do this? So do we get a flight plan in here? Yeah, seems to be legs. Departure was 24 right. Execute. Arrival. RNAV Zulu 24 left. We want 24 right. Go down. Down one more. Maybe not. Okay, we'll take Yankee 24 right. Ah, there's legs. Okay. Let's see if we want to clear a discontinuity. I think this one ends up being behind us, so I don't know that we want to do that one. We change this to the 24 Yankee. Yeah. So that would be behind us, right? So we can delete this one. These look a little cartoonish to me. I haven't seen what the real one looks like. Pretty readable though. Alright, so if we go back here, there are walls of circuit breakers. They don't, I haven't seen any of them do anything. Some of the radio stuff does. You can, I'm not sure which things you can get into. I know you can open these curtains. You can see into the bay. You can also open this hatch and go down. There's that door open. And you've got another position here. There's some controls you can do here. I don't know that they actually do anything. I haven't messed with those, but they're there. And then here, right, you can go, it's like if we want to open that cargo door, we can watch it go down. And then ramp leveled. And then if you're going to have a payload in here, you can load in the different payloads. Excruciatingly slow. So I haven't explored the train much. I'm not sure why you would put a train on here, but it's got a whole thing you can poke around in there. I think these are the paratrooper doors back here. And then I think, let's see, if we do shift 7? Yeah, okay, shift 7 will take you right down here. If you wanted to watch the doors go up. You can unload the cargo, and as you load it, you'll see this shift, right? The limos. So I'm gonna go light. Let's bring the ramp up. Close these doors. Close these doors. We probably could see that open or close. These go up. I think these go up as well. Why does that show open? Okay, I think we're all good with that. HUD. HUD can go day mode, increase brightness, or decrease it. Auto seems to be good enough for me. Okay. Meant for quote-unquote short field operations. For some definition of short field, I'm sure.
Full lap. Full lap. Full lap. Too low here. Too low here. Too low here. Too low. Too low here. Too low.
Very sluggish. I don't know if there's an approach mode. Okay, we're going way too fast. Let's go ahead and get our gear back down. Start getting our flaps out. I don't know what the flap speeds are, I just kind of wing it at this stage. Okay, let's get Some throttle. We use our little blue skyway markers here to help guide us in. Although, since you have the flight path marker, right, what you want to do is just put the flight path marker on the end of the runway. Getting a little slower than I want. Now that looks like it's lined up for the left runway. I thought I asked for the right runway. But you know what? We'll go for this one. Why not? So I'm just going to put my flight path marker kind of at the end of the runway there. And then that should more or less take care of your glide slope too. You want to watch your speed. Of course, I'm not lined up with the runway or anything. That would be a lot to ask. Okay, gears down.
600.
All greens. I love the robotic voice it has.
200. 150. 150.
Not sure that flight path marker is accurate.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
We're getting some low frame rate there. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And a little smoother. All right. How many more behemoths are there? This one, unfortunately. The Chinook. Oof. We're hovering. Okay, time to switch controls back to the flight stick. I haven't explored the cockpit in this one very much. I mean, it's got a pretty, you know, complex cockpit. Addition levers, so probably twin turboprop. ubiquitous 530. I like the controls. That doesn't seem to work. That's weird. Oh yeah, it has a very, very sensitive collective. I just barely move it and you start taking off. I've not really flown this guy, other than like a cursory flight, and I am not able to fly it or land it very well. See what happens. I'm doing better this time than I think I've ever done. Didn't spin out of control immediately. One problem I think is that the collective is so sensitive. There's no room at the bottom for, like, I have to move it like micrometers to get a reasonable amount of change. The frame rate just dropped to nothing. Do I have the parking brakes on or something? Kind of drive it around on the ground like the other one. Let's see if we can like, how do you get it to hover? It seems to be taking off like it's tilted so far back. Okay. Well, I didn't completely embarrass myself. I think we did land with the parking brake on though. I don't know, maybe I should give it a shot in career mode and see what we can do with it. Alright, now come some fun planes. One of my favorite planes in the whole sim is the Longitude. Maybe we should do a similar flight. We'll leave here and arrive here. Except we want to arrive this way. Set as our arrival. 24 right for sure that time. Just in case it doesn't have the Zulu, we'll try Yankee here. We need some runways that are a little further apart. Or I could do the circuit thing again. I just got kind of tired of that. Now watch me crash this one. Like, oh yeah, I fly this one all the time. I love it. It's so easy. Crash. Might need to restart here. We're getting so many jitters.
Anderson Tower, Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 5, 6 ready for IFR departure, runway 24 right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't know, we'll try and keep going, I guess. Okay, so Cinda Avionics should definitely work here. So we should have a flight plan now. Yeah, we've even got direct to... Okay, if we're doing the RNAV 24 right Yankee... What altitude would we want to be at? 2,200, that's kind of what I thought. Okay, now you can right click on this to go up by hundreds. We actually want to set our course over like that. As soon as we take off, we'll head over that way. And let's go ahead and go FLC. Want to arm auto throttle. Got it. Now it's going to complain because we didn't enter the V speeds and all that fun stuff, but
no takeoff. No takeoff. No takeoff.
noticed before, we're kind of setting low here. Okay, gear up. Alright, let's go autopilot.
Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56 contact Oakland Center on 120.5. Good day.
.5. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56.
Kind of way overshot its climb, which puts us high on the approach. Okay, gear is up, flaps are up. We're going to want to slow down. We can put flaps 1 down here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We can put flaps 2 and gear down at this speed, so we're going to do that. And then at 180, we're going to go full flaps. And we'll see where this winds us up. Way below the glide path. You'd think it would pull up before it gets to the glide path. Are you going to stall us out? It might.
400.
Well, that wasn't a very clean approach. Part of the problem was on the climb out. It just climbed like crazy. It didn't hit the altitude that we had set.
150.
Okay, autopilot off, auto throttle off. We're going to go idle since we're going a little fast. Gears down 3 greens.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oops, too much. Problemo. Pretty easy to hand fly too, actually. Yeah, I like the Garmin system in general. Pretty easy to stop and start. You have takeoff go around mode. You also have reverse thrust.
No takeoff.
So let's see, reverse. That's not really getting into reverse for some reason. There we go. Okay. It was in a weird state where it wasn't quite getting there. These are your run stop buttons, so if you want to shut down, you can do that. You do have an APU. We should have started that before we shut down. But I'm just demoing a few things. Then if you were gonna start, you'd put it in run, and then you'd press and hold this until the starter comes on, like that. And then it'll start. And then you can watch the engine start up here. Unless it's dying, so it's not going to start for us. Let's let the APU start. Okay. That's the APU RPM there. It's at 100 now. So let's try a start. So start. But it does not appear to be starting. Huh. Interesting. Start aborted. Nice. If you have external power, you can turn it on here. Oh, we do have our APU running now, so we're good on that. Let's see if this one will start. That sounds like it's spinning up, but it is, nothing's happening. There we go. Yeah. So that's basically all you need to do, start the engines. I've never had this problem before, but... probably if we give it a minute here after it shut down. Fuel boost pump on left. Engine shut down left. Starting up now though. I think we ran into a wall. When I was messing with the throttle. Yeah, and then all your lights are up here. Landing, taxi, recognition, pulse, wing inspection, passenger, tail flood, anti-collision there. You'd want to arm the emergency lights for your passenger safety. It says it has a HUD, but it doesn't have a HUD. At least it's not functional right now. Yeah. And your radios, so you can control them from here. You know, Garmin G5000 styles, you can select your approaches and everything here. It's real easy to use. At least once you get the hang of it. If you have those packages, you'll have sim brief and charts available from here. Emergency lights are off. So that might well be my favorite plane in general. A close second is coming up in a minute. No, I haven't actually flown this one much, but my understanding is it's quite similar to a Vision Jet. It is the SR22. Okay, let's do this little flight again. Keep forgetting to come in here and go that way.
Anderson Tower. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 5. 6 ready for departure. Runway 24 right. IFR to Guam.
Okay, you have to switch your fuel left and right, so it doesn't have a center. Mixture, oxygen, flaps up. I mean, you can see a lot of similarities with the Vision Jet, including in the way the flaps over looks. There's your emergency transponder down there. Assume that's parking brake. It's got the same kind of buttons. We should not need even pitot heat right now. It's pretty warm here. I don't know why these are so faded out though. That seems less than ideal. But should be an easy flight, single prop. Guessing around here. Fixed gear, I guess. gonna do the zigzag thing. It's clearly got integration with
Summit
the,
Mike Echo Delta Tree 56 contact Oakland Center on 120.5. Good day.
120.5 for Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56.
procedure, enter, I can't read these. Let's see if we can pop this out. Okay, you won't be able to read them, but at least I can see them over here. I don't know how to scroll up and down. I wonder if you can. Nope, it's not a touch screen. Let's see. There we go. Enter. And where did enter go? There it is. Enter. Activate, enter. Uh-oh. There we go. I guess we're just going to do a high-speed approach here. So again, we just kind of want to get our flight path vector on the touchdown spot of the runway here at some point soon. Would be perfect right there if we could hold it there. We won't. I don't understand why.
500.
It's like my throttle's not working.
500.
Oh, there it is. I don't hear any change in the engine or anything. We're not, like the speed's not changing. Oh, that seemed to go a little faster actually. Way high and fast. Oof, brutal. Okay, that's weird on the brakes. Wobbling back and forth when I'm braking. Like it wasn't braking evenly or something. Not nearly as good as the Vision Jet, I would say. Could be okay for certain uses. Close these panels out. All right, another favorite plane that's had some issues. Granted, it's not modeled perfectly or anything, but I like it. It's got the Honeywell avionics, so it's a little different. But part of what I like doing is learning new avionics systems, so I don't mind that so much. And I did learn it. There's a lot you can do with it. You can look at some of my other PC-24 videos if you want a more in-depth tutorial on entering flight plans and all that stuff. Although in SU2, the integration with the
Anderson Tower, Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 5. 6 ready for IFR departure, runway 24 right.
Okay, you want to push to activate the oxygen. If you were actually going to climb up, you'd want it to go cab low. We're not really doing that today.
Pause system test. Okay.
So again, we can go 24 right, so we can send to avionics, and it should load up here. We can delete that discontinuity if we don't want it, and then other than that, I think we're basically good to go. We can also delete that waypoint. There we go. And that discontinuity that gets created because of that. And there we go. Now, my understanding is they did fix the FMS speeds. So up until I think, and this it may only be fixed in the SU3. I'm not sure where I'm remembering it being fixed. You can turn on synthetic vision here if you want. I'm going to turn it off for this exercise. But you can do all kinds of stuff with the flight plan here. You can say like amend, you can enter new ones, you can select cross, you can define FMS speeds that you want at this point, like 135 is probably good there. Let's cancel that and let's actually change this one to say like 115. Apply, activate. Right. It's got really good integration with your keyboard as well. So like if because this is magenta, I can type into here, right? Which you turn on and off with this little doohickey, and then anytime you click into any input fields, it just remembers. So if I click in here, I can just type, and I don't have to keep. There's an SSS apparently. Nope, I don't want that. Clear out messages here. There's a couple of messages people always get. One is reset alt cell. That's saying reset your selected altitude for VNAV purposes. Is what it's trying to tell you there. It has an auto throttle, which is really nice in this class of jet. So let's go ahead and go. So we want to go flight level change. We want to arm the auto throttle. This will show up here. And we will select the current heading. You can right click on this to auto select current heading. And this will come on when the auto throttle is armed. And I'm going to try it in FMS mode, but it's probably not working in SU2 would be my guess, but they did fix it in SU3. Also, your overall power and engine start and stuff's up here. So you know, you get your batteries on, switch these to run, start. Here's your lights across here. Cabin lights, interior lights, seat belts, no smoking. Oh man, it's getting so glitchy. I should probably restart before I even do this flight. Parking brakes here. You do have speed brakes. You have throttle, flaps. You've got this little extra panel, and if you're not using your keyboard input, the keyboard pops up down here. That's how you would enter it normally. You can also go like here, and you can hide this little panel like that. And then if you want to set your avionics options, you select that one, pop it up here, avionics. Now you can change like to pascals to inches and so on and so forth. I like wind XY, that kind of stuff. It's got pretty good visibility, I think. Gear up. Flaps up.
Overspeed.
Yeah, I got an overspeed on flaps. Go nav. It's not stopping at our selected altitude for some reason. Message. Isn't nav armed? Yeah. Wonder why it's not turning any faster. Let's go ahead and go flaps down.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
Let's see if it'll recover. Can we arm approach mode? Not yet.
Sync rate.
What are you doing,
rate.
man?
Sync rate. Sync rate. Terrain ahead.
I wonder what
Pull
it's
up.
doing.
Terrain ahead.
Why is
Pull
it
up.
diving?
500. 500. 500.
I think that might be my fault. Somehow I'm thinking I didn't get autopilot armed. Let's try this again. Let's go manual speed. One big bug in it is that it does throttle up and throttle down, like you're hearing it do now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the gear up so it doesn't have to fight as hard. Alright. Let's go. Heading mode for now. Arm autopilot. Flight level change. I like to go heading up here. Okay, we should be able to go direct to activate nav. Oh, and to zoom in and out, you just click on this thing and drag in and out. It's kind of nice. Okay, let's slow down a touch. Let's do a thing real quick. What I want to do is bring this back up, and I want to reselect my star here, vectors, insert, activate. There we go. Approach. Nope. Not yet, anyway. Just really does not want me to fly this approach, does it? It has this, if you've turned it on, I think, it has this descent marker of where you'll be at what point. So let's arm VNav here. Nope. I think all the autopilots have this problem. They need some way to tell you when you're able to arm approach mode. Like, approach mode is available now.
500.
Okay, we're gonna cancel autopilot, cancel auto throttle.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Go Full flaps.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
It's pretty responsive. It's pretty easy to hand fly. I don't know why it's being so resistant. Like multiple planes now do not want to fly this approach. What in the world is that? Gear! I put the gear up. That's awesome now. Listen to it. It's like grinding like crazy. That's awesome. Okay, let's go. I don't think we're necessarily far enough out. What are you doing? I'm bragging about how easy this plane is to fly, and it's just giving me nothing but static. Okay, let's get the flaps all the way up. Okay, let's try this. Direct to that point. Autopilot. Altitude hold. Auto throttle. 180. Nav mode. Okay, we're heading there now. Now, let's dial this down and say VNAV. Or did we already miss it? Okay. We already missed it. Vertical speed. Didn't take. Okay, VNAV is armed, that's all armed. I think at this point we should be able to activate approach mode. Nope. Seriously? Okay. Screw the autopilot. Okay, flaps, flaps, gear. That's what I get for not watching out the window here. Let's go 150. Now we can dial this back. Okay, flaps are down. I mean, gear's down this time.
500.
Flaps are down. I like how it's got the ground marker on here from the radar altimeter.
100.
Alright, reverse thrust now. No reverse thrust on this one. But you do have the ground spoilers. So you want to deploy those spoilers when you touch down. One problem with this plane is in the flight model, the stall speed is too high right now. Should be able to get it down to like 83 knots with full flaps, and even at max landing weight, and you can't get anywhere near that right now. Which means you can't do as short of a landing as you would normally want to do. It is designed to land on like dirt runways and stuff. Engines are up high. You do want to be careful, but yeah, you can land on dirt runways, grass, other soft field. It's got a pretty short landing distance too. You can get away with. You come in like, you know, very stable. Unlike mine. Well, I promise it's a better plane than that. I don't know, like that runway, like that other plane, the Longitude wouldn't fly it either. I think there's something wrong with it. Maybe we should go this way. I think, let's see. Can we set departure here and then arrival down here? Let's see what's our next plane. A couple planes I've never flown. Oh, it's a glider. glider, and then a little single prop. Oh, right. This is a pop-up propeller. I think I've seen this one before. Like we're gonna get towed anyway? What? Whoa, what's happening? That's wild. Our tow plane just abandoned us. What in the world? Where's the volume? Oh, thank goodness. Trim is not working. So normal throttle trim control does not work. I don't know if it doesn't have trim. There we go. So it has trim, it's just not working. Let's turn on thermals. How you put the engine down. That's the throttle. Engine system on. So how do I fold it down? None of that's working. Make it. Let's turn this thing back on, maybe. I think we want to avoid this area and stay more over where we see the thermals going up. I'd still like to figure out how to fold up the engine. I guess that's showing us where a thermal is. So as we enter it, the pitch should go up, I think. Okay, let's see if we can kill it. It's not folding up. Flaps up for one thing. It seems like this whole thing should fold up into the body somehow. Does gear work? Oh yeah, gear works too. Okay. Engine starter, ignition switch off. It glides a lot better without the flaps out. Landing gear is up. Solar power switch is on. Solar selector is battery 1. I guess that just keeps the avionics on, maybe? Down now. Probably goes spoilers out. For a bit. We can extend the flap some. How to get the engine up. ignition off, propeller retracted, fuel valves off. Uh-oh. Avionics power that. Okay, let's focus on landing. Gear is down. So, still didn't retract. Maybe I broke it. Get the rest of the flaps out. Not being able to control the trim is a big problem for me. Whoa, whoa, apparently it tips forward. Oh, yep, tail dragger. There we go. Did not notice it was a tail dragger before. I don't know if I like that one better or the other glider. If that thing would retract, it would be pretty cool. Alright, we're just going to do a circuit on this one. Pipistrel Virus SW121. Little bitty.
Aganya Tower. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56 at runway 6 left ready for departure. IFR to Guam.
Prop, throttle, sticks, engine choke, fuel left, right, pitch trim. Let's see if the pitch trim works. Hey, look at that, it works. Master avionics. Some kind of weird Garmin system. I've seen something like these before. I don't know what model these are though. I guess a backup 430, is that what that is? Weird little little Garmin autopilot panel. Woo! Yeah, we don't seem to need much speed to get this guy off the ground. He's accelerating pretty well though. Let's get some of that pitch trim action going. There's not enough pitch trim. Wow. I like that it has these right here. It's got all your speeds right there. want to get below 81 knots.
500.
Alright, first notch of flaps out, bring in some power. Not that much. Okay, then 65 for second notch of flaps. There's our smoke bombs on the end of the runway. Puttering along at just under 60 knots. We'll just pull a little bit of power out here. It's got a spot where it's super sensitive about the throttle. Seems to be. Maybe it's just sound, but. Yeah. I don't know. It was alright. Here's a fun one. Saab twin turbo. Can be cargo or passenger. Let's go this way. Departure. Here. Arrival here. So this is more Steve Avionics. Does have an FMC that they recently got working
Tower.
Better.
Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56 at runway 6 left ready for departure. IFR to Anderson.
So let's see if in Sim Update 2, I mean it looks like it synced it already. So if we get on here, you can either hit accept or enter. Go look at our flight plan. Okay. So it should be PGUA. So let's see what happens if we do that. There we go, look at that, came right up. So that is working now. Next leg undefined, that's okay. Now on this one, to delete something, what you do is you click on it and then click delete and then delete again to confirm it. click on this, delete, delete. Again, we're gonna get no link pop up. Anika is where? Right there. So if we come up, turn hard left, we'd be able to hit that. We want 2100 about. Technically we want exactly, but so I'm gonna go ahead and delete this again. Autopilot yaw dampener will come on automatically when you enable autopilot. Got your weather radar here if you wanted to enable that. Heading selector, you can right click it. Course 1, course 2. If we're going to go for an ILS, 6 right. 6 right. It's going to be 1101. That goes in up here. These are your nav radios. So 1101. Oh, should have gone the other way. 1101 and then swap. You can put the same value in here if you want, but you do not have to. Autopilot buttons, approach mode is going to be there, nav mode, heading mode, vertical speed mode. Climb is weird. I think it just means climb, climb, climb. It definitely ignores your altitude restriction. So like if we put in an altitude here, we should be able to go like IAS. When you go IAS, you'll get a heading bug on here, and you'll change that speed there. There it comes out right there. So let's put it around 120. And you can kind of see the flight plan on here. It's squirrely because we're so close to it. To enable an ILS approach, you want to hit select here. That's going to change this to VOR mode. And then of course you want to get your course in here. So whatever that course was for that ILS, this is not exact, but it's going to be approximately 65. It doesn't really matter what you put here. The only thing this does is turn the arrow. So if you're okay with the arrow being sideways and you're flying the ILS approach, it will do it. Your comms over here, so comm volume. And of course you have all the stuff up here. Ice protection all through here. Lights, engine starting, propeller coursing, fuel, electric. This is kind of where you get started here. So you turn your batteries on, you get your avionics on, start your engine, generators. I started with battery, right? Yeah, okay. The seat belts and no smoking signs, landing lights, taxi, wing. These are your door lights, so you're gonna make sure all these are off. Air conditioning. And this will kind of zoom in and out on here. It acts kind of weird though. I'm not sure that it's really the way that would be useful. But. And then lights are here, so at night if this is way too bright, you turn that down. And this one's going to turn that bottom one down. Decision height here. So we got it 200. Declutter. I don't know what that one does. Not quite sure what that one does. Second course, I guess. I'm not sure. Maybe toggle to nav 2. Altitude hold mode, etc. I haven't really figured out how to use this very much. A lot of times when you start, the gust lock will be on and people won't be able to steer, so you gotta make sure you get your gust lock off if that's on. If you start cold and dark, it'll be on. Let's go 7 degrees flaps. Our engine condition, whatever, you actually, like ideally it would be here at max. Not necessarily all the way on overspeed. And you can even go back a little. Another kind of interesting thing, you have these little things you can grab. So you can drag these speed markers over. You have multiple little speed bugs, depending on where you want them. Again, that's going to be your indicated airspeed holds. Brake. And it will start going without you. Rudders are way too sensitive. Alright, gear up. We're going to throttle back to about here, the yellow line. Gear is up. We're going to leave a little bit of flaps out. We're going to throttle back a little bit so we don't get too fast. Go ahead and go into, well, we already were, ILS mode. There we go. So there's our glide slope. Go a little bit more flaps and gear. Probably should do that in the other direction. I want to approach about 110, 120. We're still, we want to level out here until we intersect the glide slope. Going to the left a little bit too much. Okay, here comes that glide slope. We'll go ahead and get some more flaps out. Ready for our descent, about 800-900 feet per minute, I think, maybe 1,000. Oof. Okay, greens got 3 greens on the gear. Getting off to the left here a little bit. Getting a little high. Pull out just a little bit of power, not much. Okay, again, 3 greens on the gear, flaps are down. We're looking good. We're a little high on the glide path, but that's okay. Gonna pull out a little bit more power.
Minimum.
That's too much, apparently. A little micro amount of movement on the throttle. Just drops you out of the sky sometimes. Oh, terrible, terrible, terrible. There we go. Way off the center line, but... Okay, and we do have reverse, which will stop us in our tracks, just like that. So if you want to land this at Saab, you can probably manage it, if you're careful. I've landed it at Lukla. No, sorry. I landed at Courchevel. That's a regular video posting on that if you wanna watch it. Definitely one of my favorite planes, and I really appreciate that they fixed some of the avionics stuff that was wrong with it. It's very flyable now. I enjoy those kind of a little bit older planes. Alright, and now is the Sauvage. Not this one though. We want the Norden first. Apparently it's just called the Norden and not called the Savage Norden. I don't know. Let's just do a circuit. I think I've been in these planes, but I don't really know much about them. Tail dragger. Big tires, so probably a good bush plane would be my guess.
Aganya Tower. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56 at runway 6 left ready for departure. IFR to Guam.
Okay, pretty basic gear. Oh, look at that. Okay. Dash vibration, front seat belt, sleeping setup, engine cowling, smoke generator, headphones. Okay. Livery style. Oh, you can change the livery right in the plane. Now, a smoke generator generating smoke right now? It sure is. I'm assuming we wouldn't do that normally, sitting still. Alright, it's got that style. Avionics, cool. not a touchscreen though, I think. Single prop. Alright, forward. Oh, come on. Well, it comes right off the ground. I'm guessing it's powerful to a point and then doesn't go much more. That's full throttle, so. Let's see, pitch trim is working. It's not overly sensitive. Actually has a pretty good feel to it. We're overstressing the engine there. Turn here. Some flaps down. Sorry, I had a bad viewpoint there. We're at 48 knots right now. I wonder if you should take off in this more like the Draco and less like I did. 40 knots. That lag, ugh, ugh. Oh, that was terrible. And why is it spinning out? Like, there's no controlling these things. Okay, let's try a Draco style takeoff here. Yeah, there we go. Didn't slide all over the runway that time. Okay, and let's try a powered landing instead of a power off landing. Well, that's still... Yeah, that just can't be right. It just is all over the ground as soon as you get there. Okay, now on this one, I had a little bit of trouble figuring out what was going on. There's two different planes in here. So one is the regular, where's my, uh-oh, spinning. And I've completely lost my cursor. Okay, got cursor back. Okay, so within here, when you go to configure, let's see if it'll, yeah, so there's the regular Savage Cub in various flavors, and then this one is the Shock Ultra one, which comes in floats, aerial advertising, rescue, and wheels, which are like Tundra tires. And this is the one that's in the premium package. So, and let's see, which one is this in? I think it's in the standard. Yeah, I think the Savage Cub. So if you have the standard package, you'll have this one, but probably not that one. And this is the last plane in premium. And if it'll let me go through this flight without restarting, that would be nice. And this will be the last plane. But definitely getting some, what I think most people describe as VRAM problems. Just behaving weird.
Aganya Tower. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 5. 6 ready for IFR departure. Runway 6
that's
left.
Pretty bad. This is not viable currently. Please don't make me restart for one plane. I don't think I'm gonna have any choice though. Oh, well, here it comes. Just out of curiosity, let's take a look at where we are. Main thread's a little slow is one problem. So it's more like the CPU side, I think, is having issues. I wonder what I can see over here. Let's take a look. GPU is not being fully utilized, yeah. CPU is only at 27% though. Memory's at 46%. Well, we're up to 60 frames a second now. Main thread's not red. Let's see, but if we look at processes, yeah, it's all flight sim itself. I'm running OBS Studio, but that's 1.5 to 2% of the CPU. That's really about it. Everything else is flight sim. And even that's only like 18 and a half, 19%. I'm sure it was high earlier when this was really low. Okay, maybe we'll get through this flight. I'm gonna try the rapid takeoff and see if that works better. Okay. So don't do that way.
Aganya Tower. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 5. 6 ready for departure. Runway 6 left. IFR to Guam.
Okay, let's try. We'll pull back on the stick. Let the engine come up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing? Is there something wrong with it? Like, seriously, is there something wrong with this plane? Sometimes when the game gets really bad, things don't work right.
Aganya Tower. Summit Mike Echo Delta Tree 56 at runway 6 left ready for departure. IFR to Guam.
Okay. Like, see, hovering over things is not giving us any label even. I think the game is just like losing it. What that thing is supposed to be. It's got them here too. Clips for something. Yeah, see? It's got maybe a little too much adverse yaw. I don't know. Maybe that's a realistic amount of adverse yaw, but I think that would kill people. None of the other planes are that bad. Maybe the prop weighs as much as the rest of the plane or something. We have no gauge. So we have no idea how fast we're going right now. Use that. The center of gravity is really weird. Let's see, ground speed's 43 right now. That's pretty high, I think. think the game's messed up, but it's kind of interesting. Control Shift E is not working. Huh, the switches don't work right. So like that should be start, run. The magnetos are working over here. So I can turn on right, left, both. And that should be start. And that should be run. I don't know, maybe it doesn't have those positions? It's hard to tell because the way the switches work. Looks like it's supposed to have some kind of turbo boost. Huh. Alright. Well, that's the last of the planes in the premium package. And I will catch y'all later. I think I'm going to do another stream later. Maybe. I don't know. Have a good one.